Ladies and gentlemen, oh shit, it is time. Let's play 46 Splatoon 2. February 11th, 2022 to, we don't know yet. Our return to EMILE is stronger, funkier, and fresher than ever before. We get in with the totes, what the fuck, poggers crowns, and go yeet on those. Yeah, Sugar's like 31, and then him writing this, go yeet on those hip kids, yo. Yeah. A full playthrough of all stories and teaches you about every weapon, with tips straight from the pros. Make sure you go sub the Sugar Connery and like and comment on episode 1 of Splatoon 2, Off the Hook Alive. And do all that here too, and let's get into Splatoon 2, and there's a...
Think you're too cool for school? Well, it's time to prove it in battle. You're looking a little green, though. Let's start with the basics. I'm here to tell you a story about how there was once a little game that could. A game that did better than it had any right to, being a new IP on a system nobody bought. I was there to demo it the day it was first shown to the public, and I knew from the moment when I won my first game ever on Urchin Underpass on a team of my friends that it could be something massive if it just had the chance. And I was right. It was something truly unlike anything else shooters were trying, and changed so much. Did you ever think there would be a day where people were upset Doom didn't have motion aiming at launch? Yeah, that happened. And it was addressed in a patch. This game's legacy is marked not only by innovation, but by one of the most creative and friendly communities in gaming. And with that, I take my intro.
Hey everybody, it's Sugar Conroy!
And
welcome
to Splatoon 2.
You know how I'm like kind of not, knowing how to say it. He just not...
Y'all know what time it is?
I low-key hate Pearl and Marina because they annoy the fuck out of you every fucking time you load up the game. I really wish there was an option to turn that off, and I hope that is in Splatoon 3.
Off the Hook, coming at you live from Ingopolis Square. Check it, here are the current regular battle stages. If the inkjet flew just a bit higher, do you think I could grab onto the ceiling? Pearl, for the last time, it doesn't count unless you climb by yourself. Why is our producer freaking out? Read the teleprompter, Marina? Huh? Let's see here. This just in, the great Zapfish.
Oh, what a fucking surprise!
Wait, like, for reals? I feel like I heard the story somewhere before. There's more. Pop superstar Callie of the Squid Sisters has gone missing. No, not Callie! This is terrible! Do something, Marina! Okay. I'll put together a search party, whatever. I'm sure they'll turn up at some point. In other news. But shouldn't we form a search party or something? Let's try a little something new today. I call it Ingopolis Fashion Focus. Pearl, what are you doing? I don't see this on the script. Relax, we're just gonna spotlight some fresh new styles around Ingopolis. Pearl, did you even run this by our producer? No wonder he freaks out all the freaking time with these clowns working. Nope, let's dive into our first feature. All the cool squid kids in town seem to be sporting these weird hairstyles lately. Squid kids? Oh, right. At this rate, it'll only be a matter of time before this thing is a full-on fad. Although, I feel I've seen these weird hairstyles somewhere before. Alright, Pearl, I'm getting word that we're out of time for this segment. Ugh, fine. Be sure to tune in next time for more Ingopolis Fashion Focus. And when exactly is next time going to be? Pretty sure we peaked on that one, so probably never! And that's all the time we've got. Until next time, don't get cooked.
Stay off the hook!
God, I didn't realize how disjointed that was going to be after installing all of the updates. It overloads you. God, it really is true. Television as a whole went downhill after the Squid Sisters got canceled. Welcome to Inkopolis Square, the new nerve center of Inkling culture. And Octolings, don't forget the equality that we have established. That's Deka Tower there in front of you, one of the tallest buildings in all of Inkopolis. There's a lobby on the first floor of Deka Tower for online battles. Over here, we've got the Galleria, Inkopolis' most popular shopping center. Here, you can buy the freshest gear and weapons to use in battle. I also see they're promoting Wreck-It Ralph with that logo over there. But the shops are pretty exclusive, and they won't serve you if you're not fresh enough. What else? Oh, that creepy shop back there. Rumor has it they're hiring for some sketchy job. Might want to think twice before you apply there, unless you really need dough. That brings us to the Shoal, the coolest hangout spot in all of Inkopolis. That's where Inklings go to meet up with the nearby friends for both competitive and cooperative play. And next we have... a woman! Who's that mysterious squid back there? It almost looks like... No, she'd never hang out in a place like this. And those clothes, yeah, must be someone else.
Probably.
Is it just me, or does that alleyway seem a little...
Yeah!
fishy? Yeah, definitely something fishy going on over there. Probably best to ignore it.
Until the main story's done.
Anyway, you should check out the lobby of Deka Tower. That's where you can get your splat on. First things first, because I have access to, well, recent updates, this was distributed as a prize after all of the Splatfests had been completed. What is a Splatfest? We'll get into that another time. This is a DLC item for a 1-year plan on Nintendo Switch Online. I wouldn't get very far in playing everything in this game without it, so I have it. The Octo-Layered LS, is a shirt given away for those who have purchased the Octo expansion for Splatoon 2. I will be covering the Octo expansion at a later time, but it is a part of this Let's Play, and so we receive it right away.
Yes.
I highly recommend the DLC quite heavily.
Yes, he will
Online
be
jersey is
covering it,
also an
thank God.
NSO bonus.
It's probably my favorite.
The Studio Octo phones are also for Octo expansion. And there we go. A lot of gifts right out of the gate. First things first, we're gonna go over and see that... Oh, I didn't know I was such a lady killer that she'd be scared to even make eye contact with me. Well, who am I to turn down a challenge? Let's
Sugar
pursue.
being cocky?
Not stalk. Whatever give you that idea? Having a YouTube channel is a trap, man. I have probably at least 40 videos on my channel saying that I would stalk this girl in particular. The Octarians. Hey, you showed up. As soon as I saw you aimlessly wandering around the square, I knew you were the one. Oh, whoa, lady, we're moving kind of fast here. I'm Marie. I know you're probably a bit starstruck, but I need you to get over it. Yes, I'm that Marie, you know, from the Squid Sisters?
Yeah.
You've never heard of me? For real?
I love that.
Well, you obviously aren't very cultured, but you'll have to do. We'll just see about that. You're making so many puns that in making it look so fun that I just have to join in. See, I've got a little thing I need some help with. By now you've heard that the great Zapfish that powers Inkopolis Square is missing. Well, it's not just missing, it's been squidnapped by the Octarian menace. How do I know this? On the surface, I may just look like an absurdly talented pop star. But in truth, I'm Agent 2 of the new Squid Beak Splatoon, a secret society of heroes who save the world from Octarians. Now, I've been trying to keep an eye on the Octarians in my downtime, but I'm a busy girl. If only Kelly was around to lend a hand. I need you to go get the great Zapfish back from those slimy Octarians. What do you say? Are you in? So... I'll take your awkward silence as a yes. Welcome aboard! You are now Agent 4 of the new Squid Beak Splatoon! I've even brought you a brand new hero suit as a signing bonus. And look at that, it fits like a glove. Not bad for an old hand-me-down. Let's go tear those Octarians limb from limb from limb from limb from... Limzaluminsa. Oh yeah, and the entrance to the Octarian realms are invisible. So you'll have to ink them to reveal them. Oh, I can't cover you in my sticky fluids. Okay, I'm not recovering from that one. Yeah, she is perfect in every way, even being able to block your attacks. We can practice on these attack dummies. This one's got a bit more health, and that one's got even more health than that.
The amount of inappropriate jokes that have already been made in the first 9 minutes almost is saying something.
So, with this being the dissatisfaction you would have sported with me would have been unbearable. I needed to go back and do that. So, with this being a competitive online shooter game, and how I generally do everything in games, each day we begin by tackling one area of the single-player campaign, which Splatoon is quite known for having good single-player with a lot of effort put into it. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, I need to get up to that fast, otherwise it disappears! Oh god, keep going, keep going, keep going. I want to do this in one go.
I know what he's doing.
Yeah! There we got our first sunken scroll. Oh, wow, that was quite a lot of pages into it. Well, now you know how many levels there are if you want to sit there and count all those dots.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. This is probably going to be a fairly shorter, but also longer.
Welcome to Octo Canyon, the world's most gorgeous gorge. Collect all the commemorative souvenir stickers. Way to be a killjoy. I flicked the control stick very slightly and it flipped back like 80 pages. This type of balloon, it's mating. Apparently we're putting in those fluids into it. Okay, I'll stop. So we get these little tiny fish eggs that are a source of currency for us in this world. I think I want to go over this way. Where exactly do I want to do this? I can pop these and get more of them. There's one over here. Which one are you? This is level 1. Return of the Octarians.
Let's do the Zapfish!
And the torpedoes full speed ahead. Nautical terminology is fun. Press the L to enter squid form and swim through that ink. We can hop into this portal just as we learned to do so before. And even though I kind of skipped around a little bit and for the sake of not showing a tutorial, it's kind of amazing how good that starting area is for teaching you the mechanics of the game. I love it just so much. It does so much good, like showing you that there's uninkable surfaces and all that. Here I'm gonna toss a bomb behind this enemy. Otherwise it has a shield. I can also coat its feet and get behind it. This is an Octotrooper, essentially the Goombas of Splatoon. They're the standard
That potentially may be a hint for Let's Play 47. I'm sorry. I really wanted it to be a Mario Let's Play. It's been so long. It's been 2 years since Galaxy 2, and me being a Mario fan, like die hard, I kind of want a new one. We'll wait for the summer, because I'm pretty sure this summer he may start doing Mario and Luigi Summers again.
basic enemy, not a lot of health, not a lot of fighting strength. They shoot you occasionally whenever they feel like it, I guess. There's all sorts of variants of them that we're going to be seeing going forward. Remember, you can look around with the right stick. I might need to play around with the sensitivity a bit because it's different than what I've been used to here as I am playing at a profile. Oh yeah, that one had a balloon on it. Some enemies have balloons on them. Be wary of that. If you're not looking up and checking for that, the balloon will automatically fly away whenever you, oh, there we go. Whenever you kill the enemy. So shoot the balloon first, dodge the attacks, hit it again, you should be pretty fine. It's a vault. We need to find a key to open that door. We can pass through grates while turning into a squid. See what I mean? We were gonna kind of learn all of that stuff anyway in the first level. They're just really good at reinforcing stuff. Nothing else here, nothing else here. I don't believe I actually got the key, did I? No. Oh, it's the other way. Look around and you shall receive is what I am learning here today. Hi!
Yes. Sorry.
Just waiting in there to ambush me. This one's got some tape on it.
Depending on the reaction video, I will react heavily, but this is just something you have to listen to a little carefully. I'll pause or just say something here and there. You know, obviously, yeah.
Making it a bit more resilient, there is the key. And I want you to look in the key in the corner. Is it just me or does that look like Donkey Kong as a robot? Concepts where you would never expect to find great music, I have to say. If you've never looked up Metalhead from the Donkey Kong Country cartoon, please do. Donkey Kong in that cartoon has like the sexiest singing voice you have ever heard.
What the fuck?
You might not believe me, but it's true. And if you ever want to enjoy some bad television, you're welcome. Oh, no, get away from me. That suitcase that I picked up there, I don't understand the correlation, but that's armor. We basically are able to take an extra life's worth of attacks now, 100 additional damage on top of everything else before our armor would break and our real health bar would start being shaved down. It's quite helpful when you're bad at avoiding enemies and you got shot there.
And when you just got finished playing, you know, long-ass JRPG, such MMO,
Nice.
and you're now playing a shooter? Yeah. It'll be a while before EMILE will look
basically, by
good
side
at the
to
game.
side, the Octo Troopers aren't able to hit you with too much ease. What I'll do is I'll throw a bomb behind you, and then shoot you in the back as you turn around to block it. Remember that you are two halves of the same character. You don't have to worry about that. I could go into that portal, or I could do something else. I could swim up the side, break this, and get Sardinium. This is another type of collectible that is going to be hidden throughout every stage of this. We'll be sure to get them all. If I don't get it, well, we can always come back another time, and I can just get it in a second run. That, and hit that. Using a combination of the right stick along with the motion controls, turning and aiming precisely on a dime is super, super good. It's one of my favorite things about this game, actually, is just how precise you can do that and not have to rely on stick controls. If you've never tried Splatoon with motion controls, I heavily, heavily recommend it. Up there is another sunken scroll. I can climb up this wall, and as long as I don't... Whoop! Had you going there for a second. Turn into a squid for too long, I don't slip through it, and I can collect it. Do that again. Shot him in the back. He doesn't really have a vertebrate for me to disassemble, but it's still pretty cool. You. I absolutely do not need to be killing every single enemy, but I want to get the salmon eggs, okay? Number go uppy and ding ding sound feel good. Here we have Tentamissiles. These can shoot 5 targets at a time. So we'll go ahead and attack those down there as there are more of them and I get more bang for my buck. And as they're moving around, you see they're tripping over each other's missiles and sustaining damage. Helpful to do that in large groups of enemies. Also a good thing to remember in versus battles, so it's not just in single player. The fact that I was high up and had a good vantage point far away from those enemies, I could target more of them with the Tentamissiles easily. That being just one of many examples that we'll be seeing. Oh, the key's already exposed. I'll grab that. Get 11 exactly, but a strange number to manufacture. I guess they figured by not selling a dozen, they could save money on manufacturing. We'll get this! Our first Zapfish.
15 minutes in,
Look at me skating and doing tricks with my helmet and elbow pads. Don't I look dangerous?
I love it already.
Ooh. A shockwave struck while one young lady was performing at a recent youth folk singing contest, doing damage to the venue. Fortunately, no one was injured. Except for the manager's pride. Wait, hold the plankton, or some, that's not a sea-related pun. I didn't open up the other vault. I swam right up to it with the key and it didn't open, so I guess I just assumed I didn't have the key, even though I did, and I swam on. It contained another set of Tentamissiles, so this is more like what the massacre at the end of this level was supposed to look like. Great work, Agent 4. Inkopolis may not be doomed after all. You're just looking out over the city, all inspiring like some kind of kung fu master. Do you need company? You know, you remind me of Agent 3. If Agent 3 were like 2 years older and practiced basic hygiene, I'll ask you what your multiplayer rank is, but I don't want to demoralize. Whoa! I'll have you know, in another life, I was S+ rank. Thank you very much. I know I sound so dangerous with most of the player base being X rank. Why are you staring at me? Is there something on my face? No, but there will be in a second. Ah! How'd you going? I didn't make things too awkward for you to talk to me ever again, did I? I haven't blown that. I hear kids are all obsessed with these power egg collecting jobs nowadays. Great Zapfish isn't gonna save itself, although that would be rad if it did. It is pretty powerful. I think I can see Take a Tower from here. Indeed I do. Take it slow, Agent 4, but like, quickly. I can't believe you've never heard of the Squid Sisters. You're messing with me, right? Agent 4, the first time you encountered an enemy, try to figure out its moves. I gotta say, you smell so much better than the last Agent I trained. Hygiene wasn't Agent 3's strong suit. She keeps bringing up Agent 3. They were the main hero of Splatoon 1, so we're picking up where they left off. Maybe I should start looking for an Agent 4. It's times like these that I miss Agent 3. Dude, shut your face and get back to work already! Agent 4, more like Agent Snore. I need a vacation. Agent 4 sure is a talker. Commence Operation Awkward Silence. Can't the squid take a hint? I could really go for a nice slice of pineapple-free pizza from the future. A reference to a Splatfest theme from the first game. Who did that Agent 4 was the needy type? So, Agent 4 is stalling by talking to me. Must be who did that Agent 4 was the needy type. So, Agent 4 is stalling by talking to me. Must be terrified of the Octarians. Can't the squid take a hint? Agent 4, okay, it's looping now. That had a lot more dialogue than I remembered it having or that I would have ever expected it to. Writing in these games are brilliant. There's a surprising amount of lore and a pretty good story to enjoy alongside it. It ain't just an online shooter. But, the main thing that everyone comes to Splatoon for, I will say, are not those things that I've been praising so much. It's the online. And so, this Let's Play will be teaching you all sorts of things about versus, and we will be seeing every single weapon before the end. For now, I'm not gonna use a boring menu. We're gonna jump into Deka Tower like they've been telling us we should. Welcome to the lobby, your gateway to online multiplayer battles. As you battle, you'll raise your level and earn cash. A higher level will get you access to the freshest gear in the shops. And all new battle modes here in the lobby, so get that level up. If you want to buy weapons and gear first, you gotta earn some cash first. So if you want the freshest gear, you gotta battle as much as you can. But enough talk, let's get you started with a regular battle. As your level increases, don't forget to talk to the shopkeepers in the plaza. Alright, go get them. Each day, after clearing one area in the story, we'll be coming back to Inkopolis and talking about a new gameplay topic related to the multiplayer. The first of these is gonna take us to the equipment menu. If I were to select my weapon here and test it out, we go to the shooting range. These dummies have the exact same health as any enemy at 100. There is nothing to be lost, everything to be gained from going into the shooting range for even just a quick refresher, even if you played a weapon 1,000 times. Make sure that your aiming is on point, all that good stuff. But there's more to this place than meets the eye. It has a surprising number of little Easter eggs that I could see being missed. First of all, splat all 3 moving dummies at the same time, and you'll hear this. Celebrations! Inside this glass room is a broken E-Liter 3K, a weapon not found in this game that was in Splatoon 1. The splat roller design from the first game, and the bomb design also from the first game. You hear that, E-Liters? Your actually good version of this weapon is only being kept from you by a piece of glass. Feel the pain! Up on top of the
I
ledges
love
are
it.
some poor abandoned
Just the first episode, this is just proving how much this is going to be a great game. And I will learn so many things I didn't know about this game. And it will make me want to get into it and play it more. Trust me.
Pairs of shoes. These are alternate color versions of the purple sea slugs and the punk cherries. These are not legitimately obtainable in any way. Sorry, just out of reach. Upon beginning Splatoon 2, you may have various clothing items that have varying degrees of freshness between them. Whoa, that is sick looking. It even matches my shorts well with the accent color. Wow. I didn't think I'd be starting off looking that cool. Damn. Pay to win fashion. I guess that is technically how fashion works even in real life. Anyway, when beginning Splatoon 2, you begin your quest with but one weapon available at your disposal. Let's learn. We're starting off with the weapon that begins every kid's journey to be the hippest and hottest squid in town, the Splat. With the weapon that begins.
Oh, just sorry.
We're starting off with the weapon that begins every kid's journey to be the hippest and hottest squid in town, the Splattershot Jr. And just because it's the first weapon doesn't mean it's bad. It's actually quite viable. With its high fire rate, good spread, and high mobility, it strafes all around, covering the ground very, very fast. In fact, it has a lot of stamina to keep sustaining this over time. The bullets are already small and thus don't consume a lot of ink, but the special trait that sets apart the Splattershot Jr. from all other weapons is its high-capacity ink tank, giving it 110% the normal ink capacity.
I didn't know that.
Of course, the trade-off is that the gun itself isn't so strong at fighting. Ducking in quick, ducking out quicker is the way to go to make sure that you're not confronted in a situation where you're outreached. To aid in this, the spread of fire is so good that it often automatically covers the user's feet in ink, allowing them to swim away with ease.
I already know. I didn't really watch the Splatoon 1 Let's Play fully. I don't know what I was doing in 2016. I don't know. Probably just being an 8-year-old. I think, wait. A 10-year-old, not 8. I was like, what the fuck?
When staying to fight, the spread is so wide it can cause the bullets to curve around the target when not firing at point-blank range. This is at its worst in the air, where shot accuracy is at its lowest.
But what I was gonna say is, I'm going to assume Suga is going to get super, like, you know when you're just playing like a normal shooter like Call of Duty or anything, and you just see someone in an online match, you're like, oh, this motherfucker plays like that. Oh my god, this motherfucker plays just like. I know Suga. It happens in shooters, but I don't know about Splatoon. But he might get mad because of how someone plays. I can just see it.
As for damage, the bullets each do 28 of the 100 damage needed to splat. Having to give someone a hug to damage them and it's still taking 4 hits is pretty bad. Thankfully, every weapon is equipped with a sub-weapon to complement its playstyle, and the Splattershot Jr. is equipped with Splat Bomb. You'll be seeing a lot of this sub-weapon, as it's the most common out of any sub-weapon in Splatoon 2. How nice of them to put it on the first weapon so we can get used to it. These are grenades that explode 1 second after touching an object or surface, but the timer pauses if it's in the air. A great way to use these is to roll them off a ledge instead of throwing, so the enemy has no time to react when it lands in front of them. The epicenter of the blast is a very certain one-hit kill at 180 damage, while the splash damage is 30. This can get a kill all on its own if thrown at an awkward time for the opponent, or just using sloped terrain to one's advantage. Even if it doesn't end up killing, it's still immediate pressure that can get someone to come out of hiding or move away. If they're advancing on you, throwing a bomb is a great way to stop them in their tracks. It's the spacing game. The bomb has good throwing range, and it's easy to toss it onto a super jump marker to instantly kill somebody coming in. Conversely, splat bombs are a nice way to bring someone down with you when you think you're gonna die. A last point about the splat bomb is that it counters many non-player objects. It instantly detonates and deals full damage to ballers, bubble blowers, the Rainmaker shield, and Brella shields. When throwing a bomb at an object, nearby enemies take full damage from it as well. This is especially useful against splash walls, which will still take a lot of damage even if the bomb doesn't hit anybody. In Turf Wars, throw it at the very end of a time limit. Already thrown bombs are allowed to detonate and can be the difference that wins it for the team. Capping off the raw stats,
I will remember
weapons tend to be costly and can usually only be used one time without a reload. But that's where the Splattershot Jr. is different. Thanks to that big ink tank, it can fire a respectable number of shots after tossing a bomb. Such a potent attack that reaches outside the Junior's normal range gives it nice attacking options. For best results, cutting off an enemy's route with a bomb and then opening fire as they're busy reacting to said bomb gives you the advantage. Hide and make sure that you've got the initiative. Well, unless you've got your special. Every weapon has a powerful special weapon that is built up by covering the ground with lots of ink. Yes. The requirement is different for all weapons, even if they have the same special. So try out different weapons that have the same special because they're not all identical in playstyle and viability. For this little gun, it's the Ink Armor, easily one of the most useful specials in the game. This grants armor to every living member of the team, and it will negate at least 30 points of damage and turn it into knockback.
I didn't know
and
that.
It doesn't
I thought it
negatively
was only
affect
you.
any stats in the process. Everyone affected can still shoot, use their sub-weapon, and do everything else as normal. In addition to the 30 points of damage it absorbs, there's a small window of invulnerability during the time that it breaks. To prevent hoarding it, Ink Armor automatically destroys itself 6 seconds after activation. Watch the special meter in the corner to visually see when this will happen. Communicating when the Ink Armor is almost ready over voice chat assures that 2 players with Ink Armor chain it together instead of activating it at the same time and wasting it. Ink Armor is a good counter to other Ink Armors as a reaction play. Due to how flexible it is, high-level play actually will run 2 Ink Armor users on a team quite a bit. Now, other specials are important, and this doesn't mean every team should only have Ink Armor. What I am saying is that this is a great special to bring into randoms because it doesn't hurt to have it twice. Next, I'd like to talk a little bit about Super Jump. After 1.5 seconds of startup time, any player can move to any teammate's side or back to spawn with this. Ink Armor makes this 1.5 seconds less of a downside and makes it easy to super jump away if things are getting hairy. Retreating is a valid tactic. Every special weapon gives an instant ink reload in addition to its normal effects, but just because it looks like a defensive shield and gives free ink, don't use it as an emergency panic button. Very rarely will a special be viable in immediately threatening situations because they take a moment to activate.
Yeah.
As you can see, the Ink Armor lost all of its charge because it died just far enough into the activation, whereas if I just took the death, I would only lose half.
No.
While I'm telling you what not to do with it, there are 2 major downsides of Ink Armor to balance out its usefulness. For one, Ink Armor makes all squids' eyes glow during activation. There is no way to mitigate this. Second, Ink Armor can be pierced. You'll see this when being shoved backwards significantly if the damage is greater than 100 in a single hit. All the damage over 100 gets through. This gets into the only situation where a player can die in Ink Armor. While fumbling around an enemy ink, the Ink Armor can get so damaged that the player's damage...
You know what? Obviously, obviously, if they were to fight normally, they would both do great, but this is still funny.
It is over 100. On the note of weaknesses, Ink Armor is well countered by explosions. Remember how the Splat Bomb had splash damage that was exactly 30 at bare minimum? That's a common trend. Pretty much any indirect blast damage is exactly enough to destroy Ink Armor, and it's how others are going to try to get you out of it. So, what does all this mean for the Splattershot Jr.? First of all, it has one of the cheapest special costs of any Ink Armor weapon and has the easiest time building it up out of all of them. It's already great for a weapon that's not so good at fighting, allowing it to take more gunfire. But with such good mobility and turfing prowess, that means it's going to earn this ability all the time and be a help to the entire team on a constant basis. It's also nice being able to throw out a bomb for free while effectively having more health than the opponent when using all 3 pieces together. The frequent Ink Armor is what I would call the Splattershot Jr.'s greatest asset, and your decision to play it is going to come down to whether or not you feel not being a good fighter is a fair trade for that. That's all this weapon does for you. Now to move on to what you can do for your weapon. I sound like I'm running for president. Everyone in Inkopolis goes into their fights wearing clothes, you sloppy pig. Like it or not, you're wearing a hat, a shirt, and some shoes. Each one of these has one main slot that contributes greatly to your abilities, and 3 smaller sub-slots that contribute less and are rolled randomly upon leveling it up.
I'm very sure.
Chances for certain abilities to be rolled are weighted depending on the clothing brand that manufactured it, so pay attention to the brand just as much as you would pay attention to the ability. In this section, we'll be covering not just abilities, but clothing brands that commonly benefit the weapon. Since this is our first time seeing any of these abilities at all, let's go over what each of them does. First of all, I'd like to give special attention to Damage Up! Because it's not in this game. Good thing to be aware of. Moving on to what is in this game is Main Power Up. This raises the performance of the main weapon in some meaningful way, and it's different for every weapon. We'll be going over its effect for every single new main weapon so you know what it does. Main Power Up makes the Splattershot Jr.'s bullets expand after hitting the ground. I don't recommend it, but at least now you know. With each new introduction of a sub-weapon and a special weapon, I'll be going over the effects of the abilities sub-power-up and special power-up, as they have wildly different abilities that are good to know. Sub-power-up on splat bombs raises the throwing range and throwing speed, probably not going to be much help either. Special power-up unfortunately does not give ink armor more health, and that's what I'm here to debunk. It very slightly, and I mean slightly, reduces the activation time and gives it to the special duration. Now for the abilities that actually don't suck and that I do recommend, Run Speed Up! Affects movement speed and kid form, whether or not you're firing. The Junior wants to move around and keep shooting. This allows it to strafe around, covering more ground faster. Run Speed Up is a stackable ability, and all stackable abilities have diminishing returns to discourage stacking only one power. I hate to tell you, but they want you to have creativity. Special Charge Up is an ability I recommend alongside it. Less points necessary to build up that ink armor. Compound this with Run Speed Up, and it'll be getting that armor swimmingly. Speaking of being fast, Swim Speed Up is one of the greatest abilities out there, and there's very few weapons that wouldn't play it. Every weapon has a defined weight class, and even though the Splattershot Junior is a lightweight, meaning that it gets the least amount of return out of Swim Speed Up, being able to outmaneuver and get away from an opponent at close range is a great thing indeed. An ability that I recommend playing just a teeny bit of, doesn't need more than 1 or 2 sub-slots, is the incredibly over-the-top name, Bomb Defense Up DX!
Is that really what it is?
Reduces the damage taken from most
I love this
this
editing.
Plus it mitigates any tracking.
I hope he adds a little bit of, like, what if he's, like, talking about, like, food or something, like, funny image up on the, like, he needs to do a little more of that. I kind of like it, but, you know.
Abilities for those who need stealth. 1 sub-slot goes a long way, instantly making it harder for inkjets to take you out. The benefits even expand into ink armor, making it so that less indirect explosions are likely to destroy it. Next is Ink Resistance Up. It reduces damage and movement penalties from touching enemy ink, but that's not what we like about it. We want it because ink armor gets less dinged up from touching enemy ink when it's on. I don't recommend running a lot of this. 2 sub-slots is the optimal amount. Normally, it only takes 1 frame in enemy ink to start taking damage. With 2 sub-slots, it's 40 frames. Another very commonly played ability is Ink Saver Sub. With that big ink tank on the Splattershot Junior, it's possible to throw 2 splat bombs on 1 tank with 2 mains and 1 sub of it. Being able to spam splat bombs, splam bombs, is a unique trait that only the Splattershot Junior can do. It's very worth running and makes the bombs available in more situations. Next, I'm going to tell you about a situational ability that I personally really, really like. Last Ditch Effort. This is our first example of a mutually exclusive ability. In this case, it's only found on hats, so it must be considered over other hat-exclusive abilities. Last Ditch Effort activates if there are less than 30 seconds remaining in a turf war, or if the opponent is within 30 points of winning a ranked battle. Other than that, it does nothing. But when activated, that 1 main slot turns into 8 sub-slots of Ink Saver Main, Ink Saver Sub, and Ink Recovery Up. It's able to keep up the pressure, keep those reloads short, and this by itself will allow double—
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not saying anything. I'm listening, because in this Let's Play, he's talking a lot. And this is much more information that was even went over in the fucking first episode of fucking Xenoblade.
Bombing. It can be a great ability, but it can also do nothing for you. I don't recommend this in most modes, but in splat zones where there's the most back and forth and your opponents are likely to at least score some points, this is a good ability. And now for the last section, some hip hangouts. It's just as necessary to know the maps that play to a weapon's strengths as it is to know how the weapon itself works. These aren't every map that the Splattershot Junior is good on, just some cream of the crop options that should get across how it plays pretty well.
I like this little
I'm doing it this way because I want to help you find your favorite weapon you didn't know existed, and also because I want to encourage not blindly only playing one weapon. One of the best pieces of advice I can give is to adjust to the situation. After we learn about the weapon of the day, we'll be going in and playing 2 matches with it, 1 in each of the current maps. And just, you know, seeing how we do. Now, I could always go into verses on this profile and show you what it's like to start from the beginning, but there's just one problem with that. Wait, who the heck is Joe? Oh, I have my other profile, which is named after the less remembered Pikmin from my Pikmin
Is that the
Let's
profile you
Play
used for
from yesterday. Decade. I am old. Pikmin, which is named.
Whoa, Xenoblade isn't. Wow, it's further. You know. That way.
Named after the less remembered Pikmin from my Pikmin Let's Play from yesterday. Decade. I am old. As I was saying, there is just one problem with that. Level 1s just sit there and take it. That's not fair. Kids are the future of your community. And level 1s basically count as infants. So instead, check out my swag! I have another profile already prepared. It's like I'm a celebrity chef. I'm gonna be using this profile, my personal one, in order to showcase these weapons in the best light possible and with the fairest of fights. Here's what I ultimately ended up going with. I want to give my look a name. The little boy who wants to go on the train, mommy.
Legit, every fucking video this man fucking makes, it slowly but surely just depicts Sugar Zabadan.
Let's fight!
Mashi actually revealed that in one video and I don't know about it.
Our first match of the
Little
day
boy
is
who
on
went on the train.
Skipper Pavilion. This was one of the final maps added into the game, so it's kind of funny that we're beginning here. Yeah, booyah, booyah! Get yourself a team that booyah's back. You'll thank me later. So this map is not totally symmetrical. It kind of meets in the middle though, but you have one base on that side, the other base on the other side. It's kind of a U-shaped map. Hi! Oh, damn it. I thought I was gonna get him with the bomb right there because he wasn't looking. It's my reach giving me trouble. I'm gonna ink armor right here. And I'm going to, oh! Did I, man, this guy's giving me trouble. Hi! I can bomb you, yeah! I hit up that baller with a bomb right there, and I was able to do heavy damage to it, forcing him to have to detonate early.
I want to know what that
Shots
hammer one
curving
was.
around my
I've never
target,
seen it
and I
before.
jumped unnecessarily. That was on me. I should have planted my feet in. This splat dualie's getting me. That always happens. Oh, shoot. We are actually down a little bit. Let's get going. So, I want to watch this carefully. That's a lot of ink to be jumping into the middle of. My enemy will have a lot more movement options than me in that situation. Oh, hey. Thank you. I'm gonna go in here. Technically, this specific map concept where things are are not quite symmetrical, where the map is not flipped on either side, you could make an argument that because every Inkling is right-handed and I was shooting around a corner a lot easier there, thanks to it being on my right side, that it isn't really well suited for play, but I don't really think it's that big of an issue on this take on the concept, unlike a certain other one that I was quite critical of, because the map layout is very open. There's a lot of times where you're turning around and facing base, so it's not that bad. There, the ink armor saved me. How do I keep failing to kill this mini splatling? I have tried like 2 times now. I'm down 2. I have not been getting a lot of kills. Our team is thankfully doing well enough, but that's okay. Listen to me. KDA don't matter in turf wars. Your only rule whatsoever is that you want to cover more ground than the enemies when time is called. That's it. It's just 2 teams of 4 covering the ground. The reason why this isn't such a big issue, thankfully for me, is because the first 2.5 minutes of a match don't matter at all. Everything gets decided in the last 30 seconds. I actually ironically find turf wars harder to play because when there isn't some kind of announced objective that the teams are trying to capture, like in a ranked battle, there's not as many ways that I can read an enemy's behavior, and I've grown reliant on doing that over time. So whenever anything's decentralized like this, I find it ironically more difficult, even though it's meant to be the more casual of the 2 modes. We only have 2 people alive. That's not good. With that, always just failing it by 1 bullet. Got it. Okay, got him. He needs to charge up. Yeah, okay, well, we got it one way or another. How did I not have any damage on them? I would have gotten an assist marker there if I had clocked any damage. There we go. Wow, I'm cleaning up. Throw the bomb at the last seconds of the time limit. Oh, did we? Did we? Did we? I think we did. I think we did. There's a lot of yellow in our purple, though, but we got the center covered. Yes!
Yes!
somehow pulled that out of my, space between my two tentacles that is actually my mouth. Wait, what? Look at that end zone. It has exactly 1,000 points. They disconnect. They didn't even get a kill. We won a 3v4 in my first game. I've only done this maybe 10 times in my life. That I know of anyway. Wow, what a way to begin things off, right? Whew, we ain't gonna top that, but let's try anyway on the second map. Hopefully this won't take too many attempts for me to get. Wow, I want to show that, because, damn, I was playing pretty nicely. Ah! Bomb timing, yes! By slipping the bomb behind him, I pulled that up. Wow!
Oh, yeah! I can't wait to react to the next 2 episodes this weekend. Oh, I'm so excited.
I'm the wrecking machine in this game. I wish this was the game that I actually played first. We actually lost the second game, and by a lot. I don't know about you guys, I was doing my job. Second is a win. Ah!
He isn't getting another map.
Oh boy, another victory for the pile. Muscle Force Fitness is real. They said I was crazy. They said it didn't exist. But finally we're here. We're finally here. I'm fighting alongside Literary. Oh, is that the hero? We're fighting against the hero himself. I don't feel so good about this one. We even have the darker ink color. It's not looking so thematically nice. I'm getting out of there. I'm not charging a sniper head on. Not charging a charger, if you will. I want to go up this way. Ooh, got a bomb. Good. Make him back off. Good. All right, you're coming over here. I saw you. Yeah!
Yeah!
Jumping at just the right time to align my shots over
Yes,
that
sir.
ledge. Actually, pretty good. All 4 of us are alive. Why not? We'll pop the special right here and just kind of get something going down the middle. I can take a snipe from you now. Yep, done. That's a good example of the ink armor just helping it in so many matchups that it otherwise would have no business doing. Beginning of the match, it would have been foolish to snipe. Because I lived another day, I could always come back another day with my armor. Good. So I want to talk to you a little bit about Turf Wars and how it fits into the lore of this world. Because, oh yeah, it's got a story, and you kind of only really know it from playing the first game. So, a long, long time ago, there were Turf Wars that were fought in the world that Inkopolis is in. Basically, interspecies battles between squids and octopuses to determine who would be the dominant species of the surface. Fast forward 100 years, and kids now fight in an extreme sport known as Turf Wars, mimicking the Turf Wars of old. The ink just simply dissolves after a few minutes, shortly after a match concludes, and it's sort of like how in our world, how kids just kind of play sports wherever, like on a street or like in a marketplace or in the middle of a park, even if there's not a designated area for it. And even though it annoys the old people, it's just kind of a thing kids do. After all, squids are predators with prey drives, just like we are. They gotta get out that pent-out aggression somehow. Wow, we are sucktacular-ing hard. Wow. I'm gonna jump to this right over here. Just want to do something nice and safe within my own ink color. And let him get away. 3 of us are alive. We need to get something going here. We were playing so well at the beginning. This is what I mean. We're playing well at the start. Doesn't really matter all that much. Your early game actions barely mean anything.
I know they don't.
Ink armor save. Well, it did save me.
He'll get to that weapon or special
I got
soon.
flattened.
Yes.
Come on.
Looks like a very new special. I'm not entirely sure.
Huh. Still over there. Now he's gone.
Right behind you. Wait, no. Oh.
Get rid of you. Can't
I
have you sentries painting in my base. I don't even have 1,000 points built up yet. I need to get ink armor here. All of us are up. We're kind of getting close to the middle. Let's do it. Nice one. They got the sniper. Oh god, no, 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 get away from me, get away from me, get away from me. I don't want to be canned. No, frick. That's a loss. All right, 1 win, 1 loss. If you count all the others, it's like 5 wins and 1 loss. All right. Just saying, if you want to count all the matches that I played today, that's a pretty good average. You look like I've been kicked in the crotch or something. Well, that's okay.
Music is very
Still had a
subtle.
fun time. I got to show you a great weapon, one of my personal favorites. I think it's so nice that... I think it's great that the first weapon in the game is as good as it is. It's wonderful. Well, so begins our adventure. Salt plus bad matchmaking equals ranked. It's a good one. Society of Custom Hairstyles in Splat 3. I just really want this all. Okay. That's all for now. Next time on
Splatoon 2.
We'll be continuing the story, which is going to be a default thing as always, but we're going to be seeing the most average and well-rounded gun of them all. See you guys then.
Obviously, what I was trying to say, next time, obviously he paused, and I guess it's because Splatoon 2 has different syllables. And when he did Xenoblade Chronicles 2, he's like, next time on Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Like, he had a more rhythm. He just went right in. He just paused there. That's why it was that. It's fine. It's fine. Doesn't have the playlist, though. Confused. Alright, what's it? I am very, very excited for this. Finally, I mean, it's not like I didn't enjoy Xenoblade 2, but it's like, it was getting a little stale at the end of it, personally for me. So I'm glad that we're back to short LPs! No, we're short normal LPs, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, this is one of the short LPs that are gonna have at least 30-minute episodes. It's the minimum. It is minimum for most of the LP, I think. That's gonna be it for now. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to go sub to Joe Conroy and like and comment on Splatoon 2 Episode 1. Hook off the live. Oh, I meant off the hook live. And do all that here too. And I'll see you guys. So much for the S returning Sunday, February 13th. And I'll see you guys also on Saturday, February 19th, when we will be resuming the Super Mario Odyssey race with Spicy Saint, aka Center. Woof woof, my doggies, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good day.